Hello, Namaskar. I'm Dr. Poonam Sambhaji, Child and Newborn Specialist from Porvorim. We at Indian Academy of Pediatrics, Goa State Branch, have realized that as a human race, we go through a lot of stress. There are some who can cope, but there are few or a lot many in today's world who cannot cope up and give up to this stress and start feeling depressed, and they start feeling as if they have to give up life, they have to die. These feelings are real, these thoughts are real, and we need to take them seriously. Today we are having a small skit, and these sort of scenarios happen many times in our household, and we do not realize that yes, this has happened and this has created problem. Let's see the skit.
Viraj, as you know, I have built this Shikhar Builders company, construction company right from scratch. I also had done very well in my college days, and I know you will also do great in the forthcoming exams and take engineering as your prime subject and further carry on the legacy of the construction company.
I am giving my 100% to my studies. Will I be able to stand up to my parents' expectations? My father wants me to continue the family business. Will I be able to continue it? I have got good marks, but these are not enough to get admission into the engineering college. How will I face my parents? Oh God, I cannot do this.
Let us see what our renowned doctors have got to say.
WHO estimate that over 800,000 people take their life every year. That means one every 40 seconds. The theme for this year's World Suicide Prevention Day is working together to prevent suicide. Suicide prevention remains the universal challenge. It is one of the top 20 causes of death globally among people of all ages. For every person who dies to suicide, there are 20 who have attempted and survived, and 100 more are contemplating. In India, it is estimated that every hour one student dies to suicide, and we cannot take this lightly.
There are many myths about suicide that need to be dispelled. One myth is that people who talk about suicide are never going to do it. They are just attention seekers. This is not true. A threat is a cry for help and must be taken seriously. Another myth is that people who attempt suicide are cowards and losers. This too is not true. People who attempt suicide are suffering and are in deep emotional pain. They need our compassion and our help.
Myth. People who commit suicide do not ask for help. This is not true because people could ask for help in various ways. One way would be expressing the feeling of hopelessness, the feeling of being trapped or being a burden to others. They could convey non-verbal cues through their behavior. For instance, not attending family functions or gatherings, or skipping fun times like parties and picnics. Family and friends should be alert to such cues, especially if they produce a pattern. Myth. We should never ask someone if they are planning or thinking of ending their lives, as this could plant the idea in their minds. The fact is that studies have shown talking to people who are contemplating suicide about their intentions does not increase the risk of their taking their lives. In fact, it is best to ask them outright whether they have a thought or an idea about ending their lives, rather than use the word suicide, which is laden with the baggage of being a criminal act. They are more likely to respond if directly asked, rather than bring up the topic themselves, because of the fear and guilt associated with the thought of suicide. One recommended way would be to ask them, have you ever thought of ending your life or dying or going to some other place?
With the increased number of suicides, everyone needs to be aware of the warning signs of suicidal behavior. There is no particular type of behavior, but there are few signs which are clear and can be easily noticed. A person contemplating suicide will talk about wants to die or he wants to kill himself. He will be looking for the ways to kill himself. He will talk about feeling hopeless or having no purpose in life. He will talk about being burdened on others. He will talk about being trapped in the circumstances with no solution. He may complain of unbearable pain. He feels isolated and remains withdrawn. He shows rage and talks about taking revenge. He acts agitated, anxious, and reckless. He either sleeps too much or sleeps too little. He shows frequent changes of mood. He starts taking increasing doses of alcohol or drugs. If any of these signs are detected early, can save life.
If anyone expresses the desire to die, it is important that we take them seriously and ask them directly if they are contemplating suicide. If yes, check if they have got a plan in mind, if they have the means to execute this plan, when, where, how, because all this will help us to understand the seriousness of their intention. Never leave them alone, not even for a second. And for safety, remove all possible substances which can be used for the suicide away from them. What we can do from our side is to listen to them. Put ourselves in their shoes, listen to their pain, listen to what's happening in their lives. Do not advise, do not tell them that life is beautiful, because to them, life is not beautiful at this point. And if we do that, we'll actually alienate them from us. We'll keep them away from us. What we can do is to refer them to a mental health professional so that they will get the right kind of help.
I hope this talk was really enlightening and must have given a lot of information to you. I'm leaving certain resource materials after this. Please go through it. Do use the helpline, whoever needs it.